Welcome, welcome. It's Liz from Old Stables Crafts for another crafting session. Whoa! And also, dare I say, time to make my husband's birthday card. His birthday is tomorrow. Just saying. Let's just check that I am live. Yes, I am. So that's good. Excellent, excellent. So, quick weather report from South Oxfordshire. Kind of overcast, a little bit sunny, cold. I'm almost back into my winter thermals, but not quite. My hands are very cold. Should have made myself a cup of tea just to warm my hands up, frankly. So I'm using new product again. So this won't be available until next week. Can't believe it's only next week. Is it Tuesday? Yeah, next Tuesday. Everything will be available. Well, fingers crossed that everything has arrived and we don't have delays, because obviously with the global logistics issue that's going on at the moment, who knows? We are told that we should be okay, so fingers crossed. And today, because I need to make a card for my husband's birthday, we're looking at mail cards and products. So I'm just going to bring some bits across, and hopefully people will be joining me soon, which will be awesome. I'm looking at, as it says on the heading, the He's the Man suite, which is, for those of you who have your catalogue, on page 78 in your catalogue. Well, 78 and 79, does it go over the page? No. So 78 and 79. Now, I haven't opened the paper yet. I have managed to put the stickers on the back of the stamps, which is always a plan, really. Don't always do it straight away. Hello, Rachel. I was thinking about you yesterday. Don't know why. Don't ask me why, but I was. I have no idea why. Oh, I forgot to put one of my lights on. That's better. So, yes. I haven't opened the paper yet. But there is something quite exciting about this paper pack, which I hadn't realised until I looked at some of the samples in the catalogue and thought, where's that from? Which, bearing in mind I haven't opened the paper, is kind of why I hadn't worked it out. Hello, Deborah from Michigan. It was good, Rachel. Yes. As I say, I can't remember what it was about. Oh, I think it was about quality of videos, because you kindly let me know that some of my videos were a bit fuzzy. I hope they're better, because the video that points down is actually not self-focusing. I had a self-focusing camera and I got rid of it because every time I moved my hands, it was trying to refocus and it just did my head in. So I got a fixed focus and I'm not sure I had it very well focused. So I'm hoping it's a bit better. Hello, Nora. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Marlene from Wisconsin. So we've got Nora from Ireland. Right, let's go from the top. Rachel from the UK, Deborah from Michigan, Nora from Ireland, Barbara from Germany, although originally from the USA, Marlene from Wisconsin. So we're looking quite global. And now we've got Lorna, also from the UK, Karen from the UK. No, Karen's not from the UK. And Gwen from North Carolina. So I'm going to flip the camera down, and while I do that, I'm just going to remind you, hello Jan from Wheatley today or Cornwall. I'm just going to remind you that if, when we start doing things properly, you are enjoying what you see, a thumbs up is always appreciated. So someone's already done a like, thank you. So this, gosh, we've got a really bad delay today. Really bad delay. I do apologise. Hello, Carol from Washington State. Yeah, the delay, it's nearly a minute. This is going to be interesting. Hello, Karen from New Hampshire and Pam from the UK. So let's have a look at the paper. So I've been telling people that I'm starting to use LP sleeves for holding my paper, because then it's less likely to get battered, I have discovered. So this is my unopened pack of paper, and it's because you're in weekly today, Jan. Okay, it's because it's unopened that I didn't realise the little secret. Hello, Candy, and I'm about to show you the little secret from the back. It's got die cuts. It's got 2 sheets of die cuts, but we'll look at those in a minute. So I hadn't realised it had die cuts. I did wonder why it was a specialty paper, because it didn't look special. I mean, it looked special, but not specialty. Specialty normally means foiling and things. Right, so we've got lots of barbecue imagery. The colours are black, Cajun Craze, crushed curry, there's too many C's, early espresso, Sahara sand, and soft succulent. So it's a really nice colour scheme. But anyway, so we've got small repeat barbecue images with Cajun Craze diagonal on the back. This is new to me as well. Okay, so lots of ties and bow ties and arrows and shoes and masculine iconography, and an early espresso grid on the reverse. Gosh, it's so behind this camera today. Jan, hello Jan, another Jan. Hello Bernadette. Yay. Yes, Candy, twice in a week. I know. May even be 3 times, you never know. Happy to catch you live this morning. Anxious to see your nifty creations with this suite. Yeah, don't know if they're going to be nifty yet, but we'll give it a go. Yes, Candy, the die cuts were an amazing surprise. So this is the front and back of this sheet. Then we've got cars, both vintage and more modern, with, a nice kind of, it's like a weave in Sahara sand, but, kind of an open tweedy weed, I guess. Tone-on-tone early espresso argyle with a self pattern on the back, so that's Sahara sand and early espresso. Then we've got some camping iconography. Have you realised I've just found this word iconography? I knew it was in my vocabulary, I just hadn't been using it. So nice soft, I was going to say a nice soft succulent background, but you know what I mean. Hello Charlotte from Ohio, first time live, yay! Bernadette, love your nail colour and the products too, of course. Yeah, the nail colour, I'm going to need to redo it very soon, because it's actually a little bit chipped. It's light enough you can't see it. 2 nail colours. That I always use Nails Ink, just in case anyone wants to know that. And these are from a collection they were doing that was to do with ice cream. So this colour is iridescent and that isn't. Anyway, I know you wanted to know that, really. Honest, you did. And here, this is scrapbooking. I'm sorry. I'm so excited. So these are both the same. So we've got Hope Your Day is a Grand Adventure. You Make Me Hoppy, which is amusing if you get your head around the fact that beer's made from hops. Best Dad Award. You did it. Hooray. Holy smokes, you're the best. 100% nice work. Cheers to all your years. Arrows, labels. You're a champ. With you, I'm never lost. My man, you're stronger than you know. Looking sharp. You're a classic. You're flipping awesome and strange and courageous. I even have already thought about my brother's birthday card now, because yeah, his birthday's at the end of next month and my husband's is the end of this month, or tomorrow. Hello Shaz. Right, so also in the suite is the stamp set, obviously, so wishing you a happy Father's Day. Holy smokes, you're amazing. Love this guy. Hello handsome. To the man who does everything. Happy birthday to a classic. Together for the long haul, which is a VW camper van with a surfboard on top. Every Day with You is another adventure. Number 1, which if you're in the UK and an existing customer of mine, you will have seen this on the pack that I sent with the catalogue. Like the ideas of the LP sleeve of paper. Yeah, it's not an original idea, I hasten to add, and it doesn't quite fit in my paper storage, but I'm going to make it work. But it means that taking them to crops and things is going to be great. So number 1, a button and a photo corner. So really nice set of stamps. To the Man Who Does Everything is great. Happy Birthday to a Classic. You can use really without the paper. I mean, a lot of them you can use without the paper. So we've got 2 little bits that will, I'm guessing, well, they'll just be little bits that you can put on your, ooh, I wonder if they cut holes in the paper and leave it in. Might be having to try this, because I think they might leave, I wonder if it shows. Oh no, they are actually in Argyle. They're in Argyle. Check. Okay, so we've got a circle, a pinked circle with some embossing, little oval, arrow, banner, frame, banner. So some really useful dies. Even if you aren't using this stamp set, I think you're going to find this useful. I would almost be tempted to get this even if you don't like this stamp set, because these are going to be useful. The other thing that is in the suite are the rustic metallic adhesive backed dots. I'm just going to dig out, assuming I can find them, out of my embellishment pot. Oh, that's where those were. The ones that we had in the, were they in the Christmas catalogue, last year's autumn catalogue, whatever we call it? These. No, not those, and not that. These. Because I really must sort out my embellishment box. Because what I want to show you is that they're not the same. Let's pop that back onto the sheet. Because I was wondering whether they were the same. Hello, Deborah. But they're not. So these are the ones that go with this suite. These are the ones that we already had. And the ones that I was thinking would be similar are these. Now let me see if I can get them properly in shot. Yeah, just about. I don't know that you can see. But these are more, have got more of a, now I'm looking at tiger's eye. So they're like, in the UK we'd call it like rock, where it's got that sort of iridescent look on a sweet, on a candy. But it's not like hard, well I suppose it is like hard candy, so like boiled sweet, iridescent, whereas these are flatter. So they are different, is all I'm saying. They are not the same. But if you've got these, you could certainly use these ones with this sweet. Particularly if you don't biff them all over the place. Why won't you go back on there? Go back on there. Anyway, so there we go. I'm going to pop those back, get rid of the pearl that seems to have come out. I definitely need to do a sort out of my embellishments. Apart from anything else, half of them are retiring. Right, so I have been seeing some interesting folds that are actually not very difficult, but I think will look really effective. So, just love your excitement about paper. Yesterday was just marvellous. Oh, thank you. I love paper. I am a scrapbooker. So, yeah, I'm a scrapbooker. So, this is just half sheet of Cajun Craze, and I've scored it down the middle. Hello, Robin from Australia. I'm just going to grab my trimmer and open it up. So this is the front because it's slightly longer, and I'm going to grab an arbitrary measurement. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Might go an inch. Might go an inch. actually I'm going to go so that this is 5 inches, or 12.8 centimetres, or whatever that is in North American cardstock. So I'm going to score that as well. So this measurement is 7/8 of an inch, roughly, or roughly 2.5 centimetres, slightly under 2.5 centimetres. But it then means you can have this little, and I've scored it the wrong way technically, you can have this fold back. So it's like that. And you can do it with upright cards as well. So, you know, long, oh, well, I'll be doing one in a moment. So I'm just going to burnish that so it's a good fold. But it then means that it fits in the same size envelope as normal, etc. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Thumbs up. So, I now need to choose some paper, bearing in mind I've only just opened the packet. So I really don't have that much of an idea of what I'm going to do. I'm tempted to do... So a friend of ours has their birthday tomorrow as well. In fact, 2 friends of ours have their birthdays tomorrow. But one is a chap. So I'm thinking... He's actually a local fireman. Volunteer fireman. I might do the cheers to all your years for him. I think. I mean, I can do, 2 the same if I wanted, because we've got 2 sheets of these. Now, these are a lightweight cardstock. Thank you, Gwen. So these are a lightweight cardstock. They're more of a paper than a card. So it's not like a cardstock die cut. Don't think that they are. But the mere fact that we've got 2 sheets of them is just epic. So let's see what I fancy using. I think, so I've got Cajun Craze card. And I think I am going to use some of this, and I might use that, but then again, I could use the Argyle. He's not into cars, so I won't use that. And he wears, this chap that I'm thinking of wears shorts 364 days of the year. It is very rare to see him not in shorts. I think I'm going to use those 2 for the moment and see where we go. In fact, yeah. And I've also got out the faux suede ribbon, which I believe is carrying over. So I'm going to grab... Oh, I didn't bring it over. Never mind, I can grab it from the drawer. Grab a piece of early espresso, because I think I want a very, very small mat around the outside of my Cajun Craze. So let's see what we've got. That looks like an arbitrary piece of early espresso, because we now have an arbitrary measurement. So I've got a tea rule, which I'm going to use. So I can do my usual 3 7/8, which will give me a nice bit. But what I do need to do is, right, probably 4 3/4. Yeah, so 4 3/4 by 3 7/8. I will try to convert these into metric and North American cardstock, but please don't hold me to it. So 4 3/4 by 3 7/8 probably wasn't the best way of cutting this, but hey, it's only card. So let me grab. Right, so it's either too narrow or too long, or both. Probably both, actually. So I'm going to go, so that was 3 7/8, which is my normal, but I think what I'm going to do is make it 4 and take this down a tad-et. So we're going, that was 4 7/8. I think I'm going to go to 4 3/4. So 4 by 4 3/4. Really need to get my T-square. A T-square is just amazing. Yep. That's what I've got done. And I will definitely put the UK measurements in imperial on my website, and I will try and do the others as well. So while I've got this out, I'm going to also do my paper. So let me measure twice, cut once. So 4 by 4 3/4. So 4 by 4 3/4 is not what I want. That's what this measures. So 4. Now I did that whole measure twice, cut once. So I want to do 4 5/8, and then I'm going to take 1/8 off here. So 3 7/8. Don't you love that I'm doing this wrong? Hello, Nick from Utah. So this, please fit. Yes, perfect. And then that will fit on there. So we'll have tone on tone. We're then going to have this. We'll have some other bits on it as well. But while I've got my, actually I'm going to change. I'm not going to use this. I've just had a bit of a thought. I'm going to use this because I want the faux suede to show up, and as it's early espresso, it's more likely to do that on a lighter colour. So, but I don't want to use that Cajun craze. Let me just see what else I know. Yeah, no, I think I'm going to go with this. Yeah, I'm going to go with this. So, T-square, T-rule even. So that is 3/4, no it's not, it's 7/8 of an inch. So I'm going to take it down to 3/4 of an inch. 3/4 of an inch. In fact, I'm going to go the other side because it's much easier to do your 3/4 over here. Please be right. So 3/4 of an inch. And then I'm going to cut it the same depth as the card. So 4 inches. Right, okay. I think I know what I'm doing. I may not be sure, but I think I do. So let's do the easy bits, which are going to be to mat that onto there. And I'm going to put my adhesive onto my card because it's a very, very narrow margin that I'm allowing myself, and I find it easier to hang on to something that hasn't got adhesive and stick it to something that has than the other way round. So, like that. So we have got a very narrow margin. This piece, however, I'm going to just stick straight on there, I think, because I want it to look different. So this is going to go straight on here, and then I'm going to stick some ribbon onto that and wrap it into the inside of the card, where I'm then going to seal it in place in the seam, as it were. Right, so this is very narrow again. And you're going to be wondering why I'm sticking this down with sticky on it and not putting the sticky down here, and it's because I want to make sure I get right to the ends. but I can hear the question and it's a good one. And then this I'm going to have going down there, and I will tie a knot, but I'm going to give it a reasonable length, probably more than I would normally give, because it is going to be sealed inside. So I want this to be in the middle. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my adhesive to the inside first. So will someone please tell me when we're going to start getting some summer back? We had some lovely weather over Easter and now it's meh. And in the UK we've got a bank holiday this weekend, which obviously means we're going to have foul weather because it's a given. But I could do with some nice weather, just saying. Right, so that is about central. So I'm going to flip that in, and I'm going to flip that in, and I'm then going to get a little bit of this and see whether it's going to look okay with a knot. I think it will, but this is quite a thick ribbon. Yeah, I will do fancy angled bits in the fullness of time. Right, okay, so I now need to make sure I get good adhesive there. Wrong adhesive. Good adhesive. Want the plus, not the ordinary. And there. So that I'm going to get some liquid adhesive so that we get a really good seal. And it will obviously need a lining so that you can write on it, but I want to cut that after I've finished and probably after I've written on it. Right, so let's get in there and give it a really good press to make sure that is well and truly stuck, which it is. Good. Okay. Gosh, you're all being very quiet. And I know you're going to be concentrating. Why am I thinking that the diagonal is going to go in a different direction just because I turn the paper over? Could someone please lend me a brain? So I know a couple of you have got this suite of products. Who thinks it's going to get into their basket? Yes, no, perhaps, maybe? You're in Nepal, Deborah. Wow, 35 degrees. I have heard a news report that the Indian subcontinent is likely to get up to, I'm not kidding, it's over 40 at the moment, and it's likely to get close to 50 degrees, which is just horrific. However, you know. Right, I'm thinking, will that fit on? Yes, it will. Right. So this die is kind of the same size as that. Sorry, this die is kind of the same size as that. But I want this to be mounted onto something so that it's got something coming out the back. We could use a little bit of argyle, I guess. Should we use a little bit of argyle? Is that new DSP? Yes, it is. It will be in the new annual catalogue when it comes out in May. Deborah loves the sweet. Rachel bought all the bundles last night apart from this one. Now she's regretting not getting it. Sorry. Marlene, waiting for warm weather in Wisconsin. It was 29 Fahrenheit. Oh, for crying out loud. 29 Fahrenheit is ridiculous. Yes, Deborah, 50 degrees is too hot. Definitely getting some of the paper once the catalogue's live, as it suits both my husband and son. Absolutely. Absolutely, Candy. Right, I'm thinking I'm going to get some argyle in here, just because I want to see what it looks like. So yeah. These are nicely sized for the baby. So let's get the baby out. Oh, and I'm going to mention it again because I'm having such fun doing it. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, and you do Instagram, go and have a look at me on Instagram because I'm having an absolute blast. Never wishing to take myself or indeed life seriously. I'm just having such fun. So yeah, go and have a look. In fact, this I might do in Cajun Craze. Let me see if I've got a little bit. Actually, no, I might do. Ooh, I know. Wrong draw. Oh, actually, no, I've changed my mind again. I used to be indecisive, and now I'm not so sure. So we're going to go crushed curry for my label. Is that going to be big enough? Nope. Okay, I won't use that piece then. Let's use the really tatty piece. So let's chop a piece off here because I don't need all of that. So yes, you're having fun catching me on Insta. Yeah, I am. It's why take life seriously, and certainly don't take yourself too seriously. Life is too short. I put up a new reel just before I went live, which is just hopping onto a trend, but it's just silly, frankly. Devon, I've read that one. Deborah says, too cold, Marlene. Yes, you had to leave Chicago because of the cold. Love it for all the other seasons. I went to Chicago many years ago now, in March. Oh my God, it was cold. I didn't have any snow while I was there, but there were piles of snow that had obviously been swept off the pavements or sidewalks, and they were just solid. I mean, ridiculous. So there is a little bit of the crushed curry on the beer tankards, which is why I'm thinking crushed curry. It almost seemed like I knew what I was doing there for a moment. Hello, Heidi. We've had some cool weather. Having some cool weather here on the Gold Coast. 18 to 24 degrees. That's cool, is it? Okay. If you say so. See, I know it is for the Gold Coast, but for the UK, oh gosh, I wish it was that warm. My studio, when I came in here earlier today, was 14 degrees. So I am a little chilly. I have a thermal vest on. You don't need to know that, but I do. I have a long sleeve top and this top. And I'm still cold. I'm almost at the point where I need to get back into my fur-lined Uggs. Oh, yes, Deborah, I've just realised what you're reacting to. Yes, cold. Very cold. I gather that one of the reasons that there's the walkways under the ground is because it saves you from the cold. But yeah, it was almost like there's a whole town or city underground. Okay, so those are our bits of argyle. And okay, don't need that. So where's my card? Where's it gone? There it is. Okay, so what I'm thinking, now I may not use everything, just saying, you know, for a change. So I'm thinking that's going to, so I'm going to stick this onto the crushed curry and have the little bits of crushed curry coming out the side. My question is, do I want those as well? And I don't think I do. No, I don't. And I'm going to pop it all up onto dimensionals, that's the word I'm looking for. My state is usually colder and raining a lot, but it's not. You follow me on Instagram, Robin? Oh, I think I know. Yes, I think I do. I think I've seen you like things. You can never put on enough clothes to be warm enough. No, I know that feeling. Right, okay, so just a scribble of liquid adhesive, and I'm using the liquid adhesive so I've got that little bit of wiggle room because I'm kind of making this fit. If I look at the back, I can see whether it actually is. I've got a bit of a paper cut, and it's got to that stage where it's getting snaggy. Right, so I'm going to be rash. I'm going to use black dimensionals. You don't have to, but I have some, and it's a kind of masculine card, so I'm going to go for the whole masculine black dimensional look. Not that, you know, you can't use white dimensionals for men, but it's quite a dark card, so that's where I'm coming from, really. Do you love the fact that I just make this rubbish up? You know, though, we can have 24 Celsius and it can be really hot as well, but that's when there's no rain. Yeah, I guess it's when it's humid. Or see, I can do dry heat. I can't do humidity. So I don't like the rain in the winter, but I'm really happy with ice and snow. I used to ski, and I used to love skiing because it was my kind of weather. So I'm just going to pop that as central. Well, I'm going to go slightly above centre. I know I keep saying this, but I'm going to repeat it because it, you know, why not? If I'm going to be not central, I'd rather be not central. But yes, so I can do dry heat, and I can do dry cold, but I cannot do damp, and I cannot do humidity. Right, I know I say this regularly as well, but in the UK, when you put something on dimensionals, you don't then want to put, or when you put dimensionals on your card, you don't then want to put something on your dimensionals, otherwise it becomes a large letter. Weather in Oz can be crazy, I bet. Right, so that's there, and I'm going to go, oops, up there as well, and I'm going to put another one. I'm going to confustigate you in a moment. Okay, we'll go for the other end. So I'm going to have 2 up there. I'm going to have 3 down here, because that way I've got my odd number, and it's a sort of nice pattern, really. So, don't need those there. Let's cut the ends of my ribbon, which is also not central, let it be said. But you can move your knot up and down. It's one of the joys of having your knot loose on your ribbon. Sorry, that's a bit tack-handed for you. That goes in that bin. So I could move this down if I wanted to, or move it up if I wanted to. And actually I'm going to move it up so it's definitely not in the middle. And that is my finished card, other than it needs an inside. So let me just see that you can see that. Yes, you can. It's a little fuzzy because the focusing is for down here. But anyway, so that's our first card. So that, I think, is going to go to my friend, or our friend. And now I'm going to do the same but different for hubby. And I've already spotted the die cut that I want to use. Although saying that, I was going to use your my man. I'm going to go really soppy. I'm going to go with you. I'm never lost. I like the book card design. Thank you. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Marlene. I'm taking my first ever trip to London in July. Hopefully it will not be too hot. Oh, it won't be hot, don't worry. But you're excited. Beautiful. Thank you, Gwen. Thank you, Heidi. So I'm going to do I'm Never Lost With You I'm Never Lost. I'm going to, I think, is that the same sort of size? It is. Now, this has actually got annoying pips on it. Because this was pinked, zigzagged, the pips kind of disappeared. But this is a smooth die cut, so the pips are annoying me. So I'm just going to de-pip it. But I am going to... Oh, there's a thought. No. I was wondering if that die might fit nicely. Yet again, my desk looks like a bomb has landed on it. I was just wondering whether... No, this is bigger than that. Okay, it's fine. I might do that. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do that same thing again. I'm going to do the whole... I know where I'm going from. My brain is all over the place. That would be a good joke with my husband, as he's terrible now. Oh, Candy, that's brilliant. Yeah, I know the feeling, actually. For some reason, and I cannot fathom it, my dear husband seems to think that we moved here together. So we just get that out there. We moved to North Oxfordshire at the same time because we moved together. And apparently I know how to get round Oxfordshire more than he does. I don't know why he thinks that, but he does. He quite regularly says, how do we get to wherever we're going? I say we put the sat nav on, but he just assumes that I'm going to know how to get from A to B around Oxfordshire. Anyway, so crushed curry. Love this guy. I'm going to do it again because that's a bit bluffy. Just going to hold that in place for a little bit longer. Sometimes the first stamp, even on red rubber, is a bit bluffy. That's a bit better. It will certainly dry back. That's going to be fine. So that's Cajun Craze. No, it's not. It's crushed curry. It's the other C's. Then I'm going to want this in a die cut. And, yeah, it's crushed curry. It's just this hasn't dried yet. It looks different because this hasn't dried yet. And. No, that's it. Right, and I do then need to choose my papers. But let's get the bits sorted and then I can work from there. So, my little baby again. And we'll pop that on there. Do you ever find that one side of a piece of paper is slightly smoother than the other? Because I do. I'm going to go for the second one. And just hope that I can keep that in place. Might grab a post-it. Other sticky bits of paper are available. I would grab a post-it if I could find them. There we are. Ooh, my incentive trip box is due to arrive. Well, it was due to arrive today. It's now saying tomorrow. So it's due to arrive anyway. Very excited. Having not been on an incentive trip before, obviously I'm disappointed we're not actually going, but it's going to be quite exciting to see what I'm getting. Hello, Inika. Hello, Brenton. Sorry I didn't see you there. Thank you, Charlotte, for the bookbinding card thing comment. So yes, the delay on the feed today is crippling. It's It's ridiculous. But hey, there we go. It does that sometimes. So that's beautifully, for once, hey, it's centered and everything. Amazing what you can do with a bit of post-it note. Right, okay, so let's get rid of those and pop those out of the way to put away later. Don't need my plates now. I just need to decide what I'm doing. So I am going to do that whole bookbinding thing again. So I'm actually going to do it the right way this time. So this is my front. So I'm going to pop this in the wrong way round. For some, this will be the wrong way round, but it's fine. And I'm actually going to measure to here. So that's 3.5 inches. And I'm going to just get rid of that before I do the obvious mistake. So theoretically, you should always crease towards or fold towards where the mountain is rather than the valley. So there. And I did it the other way the first time. So very narrow this time, because obviously this is a narrower card. I need a good press, but I will need that out. So I don't know why I'm thinking I'm going to put it away, because I need to cut some paper. So that side, this piece even is 5/8 of an inch. If I had a pencil, I could write that down. 5/8 of an inch. This piece should be 3.5, which it is. I'm putting this under my face. And then this will be its normal sort of size, which it is. So that's 5 7/8. 5 7/8. Good. Okay, so I've got my basic measurements, so I can now work from there. And I think I'm going to, because I've already got a piece cut, I'm tempted to use the same strip. It's going to need cutting down because it's far too wide. So this needs to be 1/2 inch. Ooh, aeroplane flying over. So that's 1/2 inch. And I'm tempted to mat that onto something darker. And I think I'm going to use this. So if that's 1/2 inch, I can go just a very, very, very small amount more, because we've only got 5/8. So that's 5/8. So I don't want that much. I want that much. This is going to be a very, 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 very small mat around the edge, just to break up the Sahara sand. So we then want, this is 5 7/8, so I'm going to take this down to 5 so this is 5 7/8, so let's take it down to there, which is something in a 1/16. And then this piece, I'm going to have another 1/16 of an inch longer. So this is going to be 5 3/4. Do you think this is right? Highly is your upline, Heidi. I think. Oh, I've missed a whole load of comments. Right, so this is going to be a really narrow edging, just to break up the Sahara sand on the Sahara sand. And in fact, I need to take a teeny weeny bit off my Sahara sand, because I've cut my Cajun craze a tiny bit short. So let's take that off, and that should be fine. Right, okay, so that would actually work well as a mat. So I want that to be the same length as that, because otherwise it's going to look weird. So the easiest way to get two pieces of paper the same length is to line them up. Then you're lining up the thing you're actually cutting to, rather than trying to measure it and getting it wrong, which is what I seem to be doing today. So that's going to go to there. Perfect. So this is going to end up as my mat on my card front, but I want to take a little bit off. This is all going to be done by eye, and I will then have to measure back to give you the measurements. And some of the measurements are going to be really weird. Right, so will we have the measurements in the description? They won't be in the description, they will be over on my website. So this will go live on my website tomorrow, and there'll be a link in the description bar that will tomorrow go to my website. I hope that makes sense. Brenton's in Victoria. Kylie's not his upline. We used to live in Southeast Melbourne. Thought I knew your name. Lots of people who are in Kylie's team along the way. Yes, so I am going to have to... It's going to be an interesting retro measuring. Right. I need to stop prevaricating and all those wonderful words. So I am going to use the... No, I'm not. It's going to get lost. So I will instead use... I do like it though. What I might have to do is just live with it. That's what I might have to do, is just live with it. Right, so I'm going to measure these with my pencil. So I will be measuring after the event. So I want to cut there, and I want to cut, oh, of course there had to be a tree, didn't there? There. May be able to see that. Who knows? I can see that. Can I see that? No, not really. Where are you? Yep, there you are. There you are. I can see you now. So I can just about see my pencil mark on the tree. I may have to trim a bit more, but we'll see. Right. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of some of the detritus. That I think we want. That we don't want. That we don't want. That we don't want. Right. That we don't want. Okay, we may possibly be there. So that's going to go on there. Yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. So the first thing we need to do is attach this to that and then that to this. So let's do that. No, I'm going to use liquid glue. I need slippage. I'm glad I'm not the only one, Deborah. Hello, Julie. Never late. That's what the replay's for. Yes, there's no excuse. You can always catch me on the replay. So there's every excuse for being late, but you can always catch up later. And I am getting a lot of people catching the replay, which is good. So this has the smallest little bit of edging, and it's just so that it's going to stand off the Sahara sand. Now I do need to just burnish this properly, because at the moment it isn't. And again, it's going to need a lining in the inside of the card. And I am going to do that whole ribbon bit again. So I'm going to do that now, because that can then be drying while everything else is happening. And happily, there is no up or down with this, because it's non-directional pattern. I like a good non-directional pattern. Right, so let's get that ribbon again. I think trim is probably a better word for this than ribbon. I need to get rid of that T rule because I don't need it now, and it's in the way. So same again, I'm going to use some of the Seal Plus. Now, if you're putting this on card, please go towards the edge, not from the edge in. Preferably don't go over the edge. And the reason for that is it can tear the layers of your card away. So it can rip it so that it pulls it up. So go in the opposite direction from the edge. The order's coming tomorrow, so we'll get to play with the new products. Yay! I have to say there are a couple of orders still caught in UK Customs. There was a whole load of chat going on in one of the leaders groups about what may be happening on that, so I'm hoping there might be some news. UK Customs, couldn't make it up, decided to upgrade their IT system. I think I mentioned this, and they've done a really bad job of it. And unfortunately, some Stamping Up parcels are caught in it. I have to say I've got one customer who's got stuff caught in it, and she's being amazing. She said, I know Stamping Up will sort it out. I'm relaxed. I mean, not quite those words, but basically that's what she said, so that's good. Right, okay, so I'm going to press this down from the back because that's going to need quite a lot of pressing. And there's our nice fold back. So that is now drying and settling. So again, this is quite a narrow, wrong one, quite a narrow margin, so I'm going to put my adhesive onto what I'm sticking to. So I can get away with making my husband's birthday card on YouTube because he doesn't watch me. I can't get away with it going live on my website before his birthday because he does very occasionally look at my website. No matter, there's always a reply. Enjoy seeing the thought process as you make your cards, as opposed to... It's kind of why I like doing the lives, Charlotte, because exactly that. Yeah, Candy, it's kind of crap, but hey, crap happens. I mean, you know, we have Brexit. That was horrible, and was just as a catalogue went live. And I mean, that was truly horrible. And now we've got this good old IT systems again. Yeah, no. Everything planned and cut out, really? No. I'm of the opinion that people need to see how to make cards. And for me, that includes this process. I might go that way with that. Yep, that looks better. And because it's going to be popped up, it's going to be fine. And I'm going to love this guy going into the card because that's where the message is going to be. Do you love all my logic here? There is a time and a place, Charlotte, for, you know, everything planned. So I'm Instagram Reels, for example. You don't necessarily want to be watching an Instagram Reel for 30 minutes. So for those, and I'm planning to do some quick cards on Reels, for those I would absolutely have everything planned down to the last millimetre, and I will edit before they go live, or before I post them, I suppose is. Now there is logic to why I'm using white. This is pale, whereas this is dark. Suddenly realised I'm using white, and yeah, there is a logic in my head. There's a logic, but yeah, there are some people who don't like the longer videos. I think I mentioned this last week or earlier this week sometime. And I have had a couple of comments from people saying, do you have to make your videos so long? But I'm going to go up the way again. Clearly, I'm not their demonstrator. You know, if they want to watch people make quick cards, not with me. I will do that. Simple Stamping Saturday. Quick, easy, simple. And I will then just explain how I make the other versions. But no. I actually like showing you the real deal. Oopsies and all. Yeah, and things do go wrong. And surely that's the whole point. So it's like a face-to-face class in that things go wrong. And you need to know, or people need to know how to sort them out. So I'm actually going to go right to the edge. Oh, actually, I've got arrows going that way, so I'm just going to cover those up because that just annoys me. I don't want an arrow going that way with when I'm pointing that way. Don't mind this one. So I've got a very, very faint arrow there, but I had less faint arrows here going that way. So more bling. Well, not bling so much as rustic. Right, so I'm going to concentrate on this bit first, which looks horribly crooked. I'm sorry, that looks crooked. But it's not. Okay. In my head it suddenly looked crooked and it's not. Right, so let's have one there. I'll come back to the small ones and we'll have one down here. So I'm going to do very much the same decoration. I like the instructions. I don't have any issues with long videos, especially if you're teaching me something new. Thank you, Deborah. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for my classes, mostly it's videos. So my class is in a box. So I've got my 5 there. I'm going to put 3 round here as well. Because, you know, he's my husband. He deserves more than the average bear. So yes, I do very short directions for my classes and then do a video and show people how to put them together. I think it helps people to learn that even experienced crafters aren't. Absolutely, Candy. In one, we are not all perfect. Far from it. I mean, I've been crafting for longer than I care to remember, and hey, I never used my Argyle, for example. I think it is important that people realise that we make mistakes. Just because I do this all day doesn't mean I'm perfect. Actually, I don't do this all day. I do quite a lot of admin as well. Anyway, good. So there we are. So those are our 2 cards. So this is the one, and this is the other. Bearing in mind they're the same suite, I think they do have a definite different feel. Obviously, oh, I didn't do my bit of thing. Got to give hubby a bit of thing. Can't not have a bit of thing on hubby's card. That would be dreadful. Oop. Let's shove everything off the side of the camera. Now these ones I'm having the points on the same side. Oh, I did on the other one as well. Thought I'd done them the other side. And again, I'm going to pull that up the way. So I'm going to hold that down and pull it up the way so it's next to the whole sentiment. So there we go. Those are today's cards. So the same basic idea with this nice fold, book fold. Love to how. Ah, thank you, Deborah. And this one will go in the post this evening, first class, to my friend, or our friend, whose birthday it is tomorrow. So there we go. So if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. I will measure everything before they go in the post, and before they go in envelopes. But yeah, so tomorrow, 8 a.m. UK time, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon now, there will be a blog post with the measurements on, as near as I can. Whether I manage to do North American cardstock as well, I'll try, but without North American cardstock to work from, yeah. Candy's going to make a quick stack of cards from the suite to randomly surprise him with a card. That'd be a good idea. Yes. Thank you, Inika. So, let me flip the camera up so I can say my goodbyes properly. I can't believe how delayed the camera is. Right, let's see how quickly that comes across. I'm going to count, I think, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 and 10 ands. That's ridiculous. You're gonna think I've gone completely mad. I have. So yes. Thank you, Brenton. So yes, it's quite a delay. It's not quite half a minute, but it feels like it. It's over 10-second delay. Anyway, thank you very much indeed for joining me today. I have said before, and I will repeat because repetition is never a bad thing, I will be doing random lives for the next few weeks. So, yes, keep an eye out. And if you don't already hit the alert bell with your subscription, I mean, I'm assuming you subscribe, but hit that alert bell so that you get an email to tell you that I've gone live. So, yeah. So thank you very much indeed. Have a fantastic day. So Candy says, thank you for the fabulous live in the actual daylight, your time. Yes. Brenton's definitely getting the sweet. Gwen says, cute masculine cards. Excellent. So thank you very much indeed. As I say, if you haven't already given it a thumbs up, do. If you don't already hit the alert bell, please do, at least for the next few weeks. You can always turn it off after that if you want, but I will be going live at random times. I will be doing Simple Stamping Saturday as usual. I will be doing Top Tip Tuesday as usual, but there will be other things to look at as well. So thank you very much indeed, and I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.